To set up your iPad Pro, we're first going to swipe up to open, then select your language and your country or region. We can then slide across to change the size of the text. Default is best for most. Now, if you have an old iPhone or an old iPad, then you may see this setup message. Make sure you unlock the device first. And if you tap continue, this will automatically transfer your current settings, your Wi-Fi logins. But if you tap setup without another device, we can then connect to the networks manually. So let's connect to the Wi-Fi. It is now asking us to do a software update. This is optional, so I will select update later. Let's tap continue for data and privacy. Then let's set up iPad for myself. We can now set up Face ID. So if we tap continue and then get started, with the new iPad Pros, the camera is at the top. On the old ones, it's on the side. So just place your face in a frame and then move your head across and it should do a scan of the Face ID. So now it wants a second scan. So we'll just do the second scan. And once that's done, Face ID is now set up. Then it wants us to create a passcode. It's now asking us to transfer our apps and data. So if you select from another iPad, you'd bring the old iPad and the new iPad together and continue. You can also transfer from iCloud or from a PC backup. I have dedicated videos for transferring data. This video we will select don't transfer anything. Apple ID. This is essential to use most Apple services. So either enter in your login here, or if you don't have an Apple ID, tap the Don't Have Apple ID option, then select Create a Free Apple ID. I'm going to select Setup Later in Settings, but it is essential to add an Apple ID to enjoy most of the iPad features. Update your iPad automatically. I would recommend you tap Continue. Location services, definitely enable this. Siri is the voice assistant. Up to you if you want this, but if you disable it, the power button doesn't turn into a turn off device. That will make sense in a second. Select a voice. We'll just use the default voice, then continue. And this is the hands-free Siri. So if you just say what it says there, Siri, how's the weather? Siri, how's the weather? You can see there you go. We'll set that up later. So when I say the power button doesn't do the powering off, the power button, if you long press this, activates Siri. And the thing is, if you long press this and Siri isn't on, it just doesn't do anything. You press and hold power and volume down, and then that will give you that power off menu. So that's just an Apple thing. So we'll set up Siri later. And audio recordings, we won't share those with Apple. Screen time, this just shows you how long you're using your iPad. So you can either have this on or not. Analytics, I'm not going to share my analytics. And then you can choose the light or dark mode. Because this iPad Pro, the new ones, have OLED screens, if you select dark mode, you will say battery, but it's kind of hard to read some text. And then we tap Get Started. So quickly, using the white bar here, or the black bar, you flick up and release to go home. Flick up, hold release to enter multitasking. And if you want to go back, you have to tap the back button. Or in some cases, you can swipe like this back.